Hey guys, welcome to my channel, To Be Frank. And if you're like me, you're looking for some honest review on whether the C7 Corvette is worth it. And today I'm going to give you guys my 6-month no BS review on it. So let's get started. So to give you guys my take on whether or not a C7 Corvette is worth the buy, I'd like to first tell you a little bit about the type of Corvette that I purchased. It's a Z51 3LT package, and it's basically the most fully loaded model aside from having the competition seats. Now, I won't get into what specs specifically it has, as I'm sure you guys can look up all that information yourself. What I do want to share in this video are my feelings towards owning this particular model for 6 months. So one of the first things that I like to talk about is the most obvious, the performance aspect of it. Now, no one who's serious about cars can deny the fact that anyone looking to buy a high-end sports car that's somewhat affordable won't pass up a Corvette as an option. And that's exactly what I did. When I was considering the purchase of a sports car, I had a ton of options. And if you're anything like me, well, I was honestly looking for the most bang for your buck in the performance department. And now I'm here 6 months later, giving you guys my review on the C7 Stingray. Now, let me mention something that's probably going to irk some of you out there, but it's got to be said. I purchased this 2015 Corvette C7 automatic with an 8-speed transmission. That's right, an automatic. And as crazy as that sounds, well, there's many reasons why I went down that road. But the number one factor being is that the deal I was getting was a steal. And that part I'll get into it with another video coming. But for now, all I can say is that an 8-speed automatic is not something that you can laugh at. Now, do I miss having a manual? Of course I do. No doubt I do. But my circumstances are different now. So what I do want to mention that is I've kept everything stock. And that includes the exhaust, which I've been contemplating on upgrading. But so far I've been really enjoying the sound of the Corvette in sport mode. So what do I enjoy most about the performance of it? Well, the fact that when I want it to deliver power, it does just that. Now, I'm pretty close to being faster than more than about, well, I would say 95% of the cars out there on the road at any given moment. And I'm just driving this stock. So the second thing I want to talk about is the looks of the car. Now, in all honesty, I truly love the look of the car. But there are a couple of things that I would want to change in the future. And most specifically, is that right there. It's the grille. Now, being that my car is not the Z06, it doesn't have that blacked out look that the Z06 grille has, and that look is incredible. I'm just not too much of a fan of that chrome strip on the grille, so I definitely will be changing it soon. That's just my personal preference. It does carry a lot of appeal wherever I go, and if you're not into getting too much attention, this definitely isn't the car for you. So you're definitely going to stick out, and people will constantly be staring at you as whether you drive by or as they're driving by you. But if you are not used to getting that type of attention, like I said, this may not be the car for you. I'm not a huge fan of taking the roof off, as I feel like it really does take away from the lines and the look of the car. Now, I've driven it a few times with the roof off on the highway, but being that I'm in Florida, it can be a sunny day one second and start raining the next. So the sun here is really strong, and if you have that roof off, you'll probably end up getting burned. So I like to stay nice and cool. My suggestion, top should come off when the sun is setting or it's cooler or at night. So last thing I want to mention is the drive comfort and accessibility. And it's important that I talk about these things because it's one of those things that people may overlook when purchasing a sports car. And I kind of did myself. But now that I've driven it for about 6 months, I have to say that I do find myself constantly throwing it into touring mode as it makes the road softer. But you still feel a lot more of the bumps on the road no matter what. So I also find myself going into driveways very slowly, as it being so low. I do try to avoid scraping the bottom, but sometimes it is inevitable. You'll have to be really careful because it is that low, so you have to keep that in mind. But these are all trade-offs when buying a sports car. But if you're going to daily drive it, it's something that you definitely would want to consider for sure. So my overall feeling is that it's a special car, and I've had no issues with this Corvette. So I've seen some channels and forums where people have had issues with them, but fortunately I've had none with mine. And so far I have about 23,000 miles on it, and it's performing like it did day one. So if you're looking to buy one, just do like me. Try to get one that's still under warranty with very low miles, so you'll save on the depreciation, and you'll be extremely happy you did. Now I'll make another video to talk about the maintenance and overall costs associated with it. But as of now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. and don't forget to subscribe and like.